Good morning and welcome to another episode of Morning Mobility with NATEFIT, where we spend 15 minutes helping you create a movement habit. Today, we're going to focus on hips and shoulders. So we're going to start off in our hip car position today, lying on our side. We're going to clasp our hands together. And we'll start off by pulling our knee to our chest. This is hip flexion, opening up into abduction, internal rotation, pressing the knee back into extension, dropping down to midline, knees together, and reverse, pressing back into extension, squeeze the glute, pointing that knee to the ceiling, externally rotating, pulling the knee to the shoulder, return to midline, knees together, and we'll start again. Flexion, pulling the knee to the chest, opening up into abduction, pointing the knee to the ceiling, rotating that ankle behind the knee, pressing back, feeling that lateral tissue, dropping down to midline, knees together, and reverse, extension, pressing back, abduction, pointing the knee to the ceiling, turning and rotating that knee, pointing it towards the shoulder, pulling it towards the shoulder, return to midline, knees together, and one more time here, pulling the knee to the chest in flexion, abduction, internal rotation, extension, adduction, returning to midline, knees together, pressing that knee back into extension, squeeze the glute, pointing it towards the ceiling, externally rotating, pulling it towards the shoulder, return to midline, knees together. We'll flip over to the other side. Hands clasped together. Again, we're going to go nice and slow through this. I really want you to focus on control. Feel all the tissue around the hip and how it's working. Pulling that knee to the chest here, that's flexion, opening up into abduction, rotating that ankle behind the knee, pressing the knee back into extension, return to midline, knees together, and reverse, extension, abduction, external rotation, flexion, adduction, knees together, and again, flexion, abduction, nice and smooth, internal rotation, extension, return to midline, knees together, and reverse, extension, pointing that knee to the ceiling, rotating, pointing the knee to the shoulder, pulling the knee to the shoulder, return to midline, knees together, and one more here, flexion, abduction, internal rotation, extension, adduction, knees together, and reverse with extension, abduction, external rotation, flexion, adduction, knees together. Excellent. Next, we're going to go to our shoulder cars. This can be done kneeling. This can be done standing. Starting straight elbow, bicep pointed out. We'll come across the midline. It's adduction, coming up into shoulder flexion, keeping that elbow straight the entire time. Coming away from midline, trying to carve out as much range of motion as possible. We're going to internally rotate, rotating that bicep down towards the ground as we come around behind into extension and down to our side. And then we're going to reverse, extension, external rotation, coming up into shoulder flexion, cross midline as we rotate that bicep towards the ceiling and down to our side. And again, adduction, flexion, abduction, internal rotation, coming around into extension, finishing at our side, and reverse, extension, external rotation, coming up into adduction, finishing in flexion there, externally rotating, coming across the midline, and down to our side, and one more, Again, with our shoulder cars, we're just drawing a big circle with a rotational component. Coming around into extension and down, and then we'll reverse. Extension, external rotation, coming up into shoulder flexion. Keep externally rotating as we come across the midline and down to our sides. We'll go to the other side. Again, making a fist, elbow straight. Create some tension by squeezing that fist. Coming up into flexion. Away from midline. Internally rotating. Try to use that full range of motion. Get as much space as you can. Reversing into extension. External rotation. Coming up into flexion. Across midline. And down to our sides. And again. Nice and slow. Feeling those muscles work as we carve out that range of motion. And reverse. Coming up, bringing that bicep nice and close to the ear as we come across midline and down to our side. And we have one more here. Adduction, flexion, abduction, internal rotation, coming around into extension, down to our side, and reverse, extension, external rotation, coming up into flexion, cross midline, and down to our sides. Excellent. Next, we're going to go to our hips. We will go to our 90-90. Actually, I'll turn this way so you can see better. Our 90-90 lowers. So we're going to have 90 degrees in the front leg, 90 degrees in the back leg. We're going to keep that chest nice and tall, and we're going to pull it forward over our knee. This is going to stretch our glutes. The hip is going to be going into flexion, so closing this joint angle. And we're also going to be working on external rotation of the hip. So you can get into this position, chest up nice and tall. Our hands are just there to balance. We want most of our weight coming over top of our leg. And as we come down, we're going to be pressing into this leg. So you're going to be pressing your knee and your ankle into the ground just to produce some force and give us more range of motion out of our glutes. Okay, chest up tall, bringing it forward over top of the knee. Go till you feel a big stretch. We're going to press down into that ankle and the knee. I want you to try to avoid dropping your chest down and curving your back. So again here, pressing down into the ankle and the knee, and then coming back up nice and slow. I want you to use that press into the ground to come up. Coming back down, we'll do 5 reps. Pressing hard into the ankle and the knee, and pressing yourself back up. That's 2. Again, pulling that chest forward, keeping it up. Press hard. And back up. That's 3. Again, coming down. Feel a stretch. Press into the ankle and the knee. Coming back up. That's 4. And again, pulling that chest forward over top of the knee. Press hard into that ankle and the knee. And press yourself back up. And we'll flip over to the other side. So 90 degrees in the back leg, 90 degrees in the front leg, chest up nice and tall, leaning forward, pressing down into that ankle and the knee, and coming back up. That's 1. Again, pulling the chest forward, pressing down into the ankle and the knee, and coming back up. For some of you, you might feel a little bit of a stretch in your hamstrings in this one. Coming forward, press down into the ankle and the knee, and back up. Again, pull that chest forward, press down. Safest, greatest effort. Really press that knee and the ankle into the ground. We have one more here. coming forward, feel the stretch, and then press down and back up. Excellent. Next, we are going to go to our lying shoulder cars. For most of you, this is going to be a difficult one. I will quickly demonstrate the first rep and then we'll go through it together. But we're going to have our hands behind our head, elbows up. We're going to reach overhead with straight elbows, come around, pulling our fists behind our back, and then reversing. I will talk you through this. Again, this is a very difficult exercise for most people. Gravity is working against us in our shoulder cars. Okay, lying on your belly, forehead into the ground. Okay, fists behind the head, elbows up off the ground. We're going to reach overhead, trying to keep our fists as high as we can off the ground as we straighten the elbows overhead. We're going to come around. As we come around, we're keeping those fists as high up as possible. Once you are in line with your shoulders, we're going to start internally rotating. So rotating those biceps towards you. Coming up around behind the back with straight elbows. Once we get as close as we can, we're going to bend the elbows and bring the fists behind the back, keeping them off the back, and then reversing. Straightening those elbows, keeping those fists high. Slowly coming around now. Externally rotating, pointing those biceps up towards the ceiling as we come overhead with straight elbows, and then bend your fists and pull them behind the head. We'll give you a quick break and then we'll do another rep here. That one's really tough on the shoulders. We're not only fighting our own body, but we're fighting gravity. This is a way to add resistance to your shoulder cars. Okay, here we go. Forehead into the ground. Make a fist. Elbows up. And slowly straighten the elbows overhead. Coming around, keeping those fists up as high as we can. Once we get in line with our shoulders, we're going to internally rotate, rotating the biceps towards you. Keep those fists high as we come around behind with straight elbows. Once we get as close as we can, we're going to bend the elbows and bring those fists behind the back, trying to keep them up off of the back. And then we'll reverse, straightening the elbows, keeping the fists high. Coming around, we're going to externally rotate now, pointing those biceps up towards the ceiling. Keep those fists high as we come up overhead with straight elbows, and then bend the elbows. Pull the fists behind the head. Excellent. One thing with those exercises, I want you to try to repeat them if you can, if we have the time. Those are two good exercises, especially the lying shoulder cars. Those are really going to improve your shoulders. With shoulder cars, we don't have a lot of resistance as we go through them. So again, lying down like that will add a lot of resistance with gravity and fighting your own tissue. So it's a way that you can improve your shoulder mobility very quickly. And that is all for today's mobility class. Thank you for joining. Thank you for prioritizing your health. Again, if you like the class, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow morning.